Good evening. The Sarawak Governor Tun Pehin Sri Dr. Wan Junaidi Tuanku Jaafar, together with his wife Top Wan Datuk Patinggi Fauziah Muhammad Sanusi, received a courtesy visit from the High Commissioner of Bangladesh to Malaysia, Manjurul Karim Khan Chowdhury, at Astana Negeri Sarawak on Monday. The meeting served as a platform to strengthen the existing bilateral relations between Sarawak and Bangladesh, particularly in the fields of economy, trade, education, and human resource development. During the discussion, both parties exchanged views on the potential for strategic cooperation in various high-impact sectors, including agro-based agriculture, food security, renewable energy, and higher education. The meeting also highlighted the importance of strengthening education in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, STEM, as a catalyst for future economic development. Mastery of STEM fields forms the foundation for advancement in high technology industries such as hydrogen energy, green technology, carbon capture, and the aerospace industry, thereby producing competitive human capital capable of leading the state's development. The meeting, which took place in a warm and productive atmosphere, reflected both parties' commitment to continue strengthening friendly relations and exploring further mutually beneficial opportunities for cooperation. Meanwhile, the Sarawak Governor and Top Wan Fauziah also received a courtesy visit from a delegation of the Malaysian Crime Prevention Foundation MCPF Sarawak branch. The visit aimed to strengthen strategic cooperation between MCPF and the Sarawak government leadership in stepping up crime prevention efforts, community safety, public awareness, and social well-being. During the meeting, Tun Pehin Sri Dr. Wan Junaidi expressed appreciation to MCPF Sarawak for its continued commitment to raising awareness on crime prevention and encouraged the foundation to play a more proactive role throughout the state, particularly in strengthening youth involvement, community education, and prevention initiatives. At the same time, he expressed support for recent legislative developments that strengthen the shared responsibility of parents and parent-teacher associations (PTA) in addressing bullying issues in schools. He said efforts to curb bullying require collective commitment from families, schools, government agencies, and society. During the briefing session, the MCPF delegation also presented various initiatives related to crime prevention education, community outreach programs, youth empowerment, cybersecurity awareness, and strategic cooperation with enforcement agencies and educational institutions. Also discussed was Help University's aspiration to establish a campus in Sarawak to contribute to human capital development, research, and community engagement. The Sarawak Governor welcomed the proposal and acknowledged the important role of higher education institutions in supporting Sarawak's long-term socio-economic development. In addition, MCPF also proposed conducting research and documentation on Sarawak's dwindling indigenous communities to preserve the state's historical, cultural, and anthropological heritage. Deputy Sarawak Secretary Operation Datuk Hee Chang Kee conducted a working visit to several key locations here to review the final preparations ahead of the Sibu Division Sarawak Ku Sayang SKS 2026 program, which is scheduled to take place from 10th to 12th July. The working visit held on Monday was to ensure that all plans ran according to the set timelines for the convenience of future visitors. Among the main locations that were the focus of the visit was the Bukit Lima Forest Park in Sentosa Salim, where the inspection of the area was specifically to prepare the route and logistics for the Brisk Walk event with Sarawak Premier Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Dr. Abang Abdul Rahman Zohari Tun Datuk Abang Openg, which is scheduled to begin as early as 6:30 a.m. on the second day of the program. In addition, Datuk Hee and his entourage also visited Dataran Tun Tuanku Haji Bujang, which will act as the main site for the organisation of this edition of SKS. The inspection of the square was aimed at seeing firsthand the progress of the construction of the main tent, service pavilion and sales zone that will accommodate thousands of visitors. Sibu will be the focus of attention throughout the central zone due to its selection as the fifth location of the SKS 2026 program. The 3-day program organised by the Sarawak government is expected to bring together various agencies in an effort to bring public services closer to the community. Throughout the 3 days, Dataran Tun Tuanku Haji Bujang will be activated with a one-stop counter concept to facilitate any government affairs needed by the people. In addition, this program also provides a platform for local entrepreneurs to generate income through Sibu kitchen and sales. Based on the schedule, this program will be enlivened with the Sarawak Cultural Night on 10th July, featuring a variety of ethnic heritage showcases that will be enhanced by performances from local artists. The highlight of the program will be the opening ceremony, scheduled to be officiated by the Sarawak Premier on Saturday, 11th July at 10:30 a.m. Meanwhile, in the evening, visitors will be entertained by the concert Rakyat, featuring a lineup of famous national and local singers. The Parti Bersaka Bumi Putra Bersatu PBB Central Zone Special Convention at the Sibu Indoor Stadium on July 26 is expected to draw more than 3,000 delegates. PBB Secretary General Datuk Sri Alexander Nantalinggi said the convention will involve participation from 24 PBB branches under the zone. He said the special convention of the main component party of Gabungan Parti Sarawak GPS is organised across 4 zones, namely the Southern Zone, Betong Zone, Central Zone and Northern Zone. He said this at a press conference after chairing the convention coordination meeting at the Sibu Indoor Stadium on Sunday. Datuk Sri Alexander, who is also chairman of the PBB Central Zone, added that this morning's meeting was aimed at submitting all preparatory work reports. Elaborating on the program for the one-day convention theme Jaga Sarawak into Sarawak, he said it would focus on 2 main working paper presentations. He said the first presentation would address the Malaysia Agreement 1963 MA63 issue, to be delivered by Deputy Minister in the Sarawak Premier's Department, Law MA63 and State Federal Relations, Datuk Sharifah Hasidah Said Aman Ghazali. He also said the second presentation would relate to the Post-COVID-19 Development Strategy PCDS 2030, as well as other matters including political issues. The highlight of the special convention will be a special policy address by the Sarawak Premier in his capacity as PBB President. Non-governmental organisations, NGOs applying for government grants must be legally registered and comply with the stipulated application requirements as a measure to strengthen governance, enhance transparency and ensure public funds are managed with integrity. Minister of Women, Family and Community Development, Datuk Sri Nancy Shukri, said compliance with registration requirements is not merely an administrative necessity, but an important mechanism to ensure that government allocations are channeled to organisations that are truly eligible and operate in accordance with regulations.
Jadi apa yang saya persiapkan kepada semua yang memohon dana daripada kerajaan, mestilah berdaftar dengan NGO sebagai NGO, daftar dengan KDN dari bawah ROS, Administration of Society, dan juga mematuhi syarat-syarat yang dikenakan oleh oleh ROS supaya yang tempat memohon dapat memenuhi permohonan itu meluluskan permohonan.
She said this when met by the media after attending the Wishes Land Kuching's Charity Food Fair 2026 at the Kuching South City Council Community Hall on Sunday. She said every NGO wishing to apply for financial assistance from a government ministry or agency must first be registered with the Registrar of Societies Malaysia, ROS, and comply with all stipulated requirements. Datuk Sri Nancy said the government also stipulates that grant applications must be submitted before a program is implemented, as every application will undergo an evaluation process based on the guidelines and financial regulations in force. She said every ministry and government agency is responsible for ensuring that government funds are spent transparently, prudently and in accordance with regulations to safeguard accountability in the country's financial management. The development of football at the grassroots level needs to continue to be strengthened through continuous training programs to produce more quality players capable of elevating Malaysia on the international stage. Deputy Minister in the Sarawak Premier's Department, Corporate Affairs, Information and UKAS, Dato' Abdullah Saidol, said that efforts to develop the sport need to be given serious attention because it is not capable of producing high-performing athletes, but also shapes discipline, character and identity among the younger generation. According to him, football is the most popular sport in the world, beloved by all regardless of age and gender, in addition to being a healthy leisure activity and filling the free time of youth and children beneficially. He said this when officiating the Under-12 Football Mini Carnival closing ceremony of the BFC Youth Cup 2026 at the Bintangor Sports Complex on Sunday. In the meantime, Dr. Abdullah said that talent development must begin from a young age through a systematic training system to ensure that players' potential can be polished before advancing to a higher level. He also insisted that the National Football Development Programme (NFDP) should continue to be strengthened because of its role in providing a comprehensive talent development path towards producing international players. He added that any challenges that affect the implementation of development programs, including at Tunas Academy, District Training Centre and Mokhtar Dahari Football Academy, need to be addressed immediately to ensure a continuous talent development process. At the same time, Dato' Abdullah said that close cooperation between the Ministry of Youth and Sports together with relevant ministries and agencies needs to be strengthened to ensure that every football development initiative can be implemented more effectively. And that's the English edition with me, Melinda Peter. More news can be found on official portal ukas.sarawak.gov.my and social media platforms including Facebook and YouTube. Ending the UKAS Bulletin with footage of a courtesy visit by a delegation from the Malaysian Crime Prevention Foundation MCPF Sarawak branch at Astana Negeri Sarawak on Monday. #Saluran Informasi Rakyat. Have a good night.